Des from Aro-Tarot here, and hopefully this voiceover sounds better than my other voiceover since I'm not using my headset to voice over it. Instead, I'm literally just recording it separately on my phone since that's a thing I can do. Anyway, so yesterday I went over to visit my grandparents, and then today I really kind of just wanted to attempt to draw something like straight up, like just sketch it out with the tablet in my Photoshop and just draw like just my one character. Definitely is not the best since literally I'm not the best at tablet. I have a shaky hand. It's way easier to just do it in my sketchbook. Sketchbook version of this character definitely looks way better, and I should probably just trace over it in Photoshop so I can have a colored version of it, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is literally me just freaking drawing a Cassius, who's one of the main characters of, cause like, before I get into, like, the questions, I mean, like, this wasn't gonna be that long anyway, which is why I'm just going ahead and doing 2 days, you know. Cassius, he is going to be one of the characters in, see, like, I've kind of mentioned that I'm writing, like, a fan fiction for the fun of it, and, like, I kind of just really, really like Charlotte and Amy. Oh, Amy's not that much in it, but I really like Charlotte, and I would like to have more stuff with Amy, at least attempt to. So I thought if I could figure out how to world build, like, my own fantasy world for Charlotte's tale to take place in, then I would do that. So Cassius is essentially replacing one of the characters from the show that it's a fan fiction of, specifically like the main character. So yeah, that's what Cassius is. I literally named him yesterday because my Nana was like, I like this name out of your list of names that you've chosen for me to choose from. And I'm like, okay, Nana, his name's Cassius now, and Cass for sure. But anyway, so yeah, I thought I'd just kind of at least say what I'm freaking working on in this video before I go into the questions. So anyway, day 4 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot challenge for 2019. Part of the reason why, like, I literally was like, you know, me just doing, like, a voiceover while I'm doing art is a completely okay thing to do, is because I didn't really read any videos. Like, I didn't read any I didn't read any videos. Which is kind of weird because I've obviously read some videos because there's this thing called subtitles, but whatever. You know, sometimes you just gotta watch that anime, am I right? Oh my god, there's still that one anime that I need to finish. Whoops. Anyway, completely off topic. I didn't read that many books. Just in general, this year I'm going to try to read books. I have set my own little goal on Goodreads, and I actually made a Goodreads account, so it's gonna tell me if I need to slap myself or not. But yes, I didn't really read many books, so there's not really anything that I would be showing off, really. I mean, literally, I didn't really read that much. The one book that I did read, which is a guidebook, because out of the books that I actually did read that are tarot related, it was 2? I want to say 2 guidebooks. And that was it. Yeah, and then I started 2 other tarot books and I didn't finish it. The one guidebook I read, freaking loved it. It's the guidebook for the Vertigo Tarot, which is one of my fave decks now. But I got, oh my god, can I get this off my shelf, please? I can't remember people's names. I just wanted to get the name of the person who wrote the book. Rachel Pollack, there we go, wrote the Vertigo Tarot guidebook. And gosh darn it, I love this guidebook. I read it in one sitting. which is part of the reason why I was like, man, I need to read more books. Dad, you need to read some more books there. I mean, this was a gosh darn good guidebook, so you need to read some more, you know? So yeah, that's kind of what started the, Dad, you need to read even more. Why can't I get it back on the shelf? Gosh darn it. Can't get it back on the shelf. I'll have to do that later. I guess the better thing about having a voiceover video is you don't have to see me stumbling. But yeah, I read that one. I also read the guidebook for the, Mystic Fairy, I believe is the name of it. I don't know, that's also on my shelf. Shelf, where's the book? Gosh darn it, what did I knock over this time? I don't even know what I knocked over. Literally no idea what I knocked over. Okay. Yeah, it's the Mystic Fairy, guidebook, which was written by Barbara Moore. That one was pretty cool. I kind of prefer the guidebook for, the Shadowscapes and the Steampunk Tarot, which she, oh my god, can I please stop dropping things? Which she also wrote. And those, I prefer those two over that one. But yeah, that was a pretty good one. I mean, Vertigo Tarot, though. Ooh, that was a good one. Then there were two books that I started and I haven't finished. I still haven't finished reading What the Fuck is Tarot, which, where did I put that book? It's somewhere in my room. It's somewhere in my room. Did I put it back on my shelf? Wow, it's not even my book, it's my mom's book. And I don't remember where I put it when I was organizing my shelf. Oh wait, no wait. I think, yeah, I found it. Okay. She had bought a bunch of tarot books. I can't remember when she got them in the year. Maybe around her birthday, I think, which was June. But then I was like, I'll try reading this one, you know? So I tried reading it. I got to the one part, and it really, really annoyed me. I ended up, I want to say I had almost 3 rant videos on my channel. Just kind of like, gosh darn it, these people don't understand. And I haven't really picked up the book since. The actual writing of it, until I got to that part, I actually really enjoyed. It's kind of like what I thought Kitchen Table Tarot was going to be, but wasn't, because I really did not like Kitchen Table Tarot. That book was literally the reason why I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to read any more tarot books. I'll just, work with the cards myself and just use guidebooks. Yeah, that book, was kind of spoiling the fun for me. The writing's kind of, makes me think of that, but, better. But man, that section on gender, ugh. I just wanted to slap someone, No, I didn't actually want to slap someone, but, it made me want to rant, which I did. Literally, I was like, oh my god, you can so tell that some cis girl just wrote up this part, OMGG. Literally. I know I can get kind of picky when it comes to just, kind of how gender is in the spiritually kind of community anyway, just because, I literally don't have one. And then, there's the whole femininity, masculinity freaking stuff, too, that's oh, we're not talking about gender, we're talking about that. And it's oh my god, you're still talking about gender, would you just stop? Anyway, I'm gonna stop freaking ranting. This video is getting longer than I thought, literally, just because I'm talking about that book. But, I will say the one line, though, out of that book that, really annoyed me was, what is it? Oh crap, I can't even remember the word. I'm not saying the exact words in the book. I can't remember the term because I can't remember anything. I have such a terrible memory. When it comes to dictionary definitions and words that I can choose from to speak. Paraphrasing, that's what it is. I'm paraphrasing this part, but it was along the lines of, gender is just a social construct that fails us. And I was like, yeah, it's a social construct. Like, society's the reason why we freaking have gender, but it doesn't freaking fail us. I mean, like, what you on? Like, like, literally, what fails us is freaking, like, I can't even speak right now. Sexism and, like, man, I am, like, my nose is getting stuffy. I feel like I'm talking very nasally. Sexism and binaryism. Like, literally gender in itself is not, like, the issue. It's people being assholes that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, please. Like, I didn't, like, you know, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't even have a gender, and it's like, bitch. But yeah, that one, I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up sometime this year and try reading it. I don't know. I want to at least read 24 books this year, which is $2 a month. So we'll see if I can reach that goal, and I'll slap myself if I don't. The other book that I started that I still didn't finish because, when did I start that around? I think I started that around the time where I was like, before the whole I'm gonna read more. And so, like, I didn't kind of force myself through it. Which, I mean, even during that part, like, I didn't force myself through the books because, like, yeah, I think, because I didn't really, did I read in October? I think I read in October, but then, like, November was just such a bad month, you know? And then December, I was just like, I'm just gonna focus on my art and creativity, and we'll do books in January. So I didn't finish it, but it's Tom Benjamin's book. And, like, I'm trying to remember how far, I didn't get that far into it. I can't remember what lesson I left off on, but I really liked it. Of course, like, I was enjoying the actual writing itself because, like, it kind of makes me think about, like, when I'm writing things, even if they're, like, essays for school, I literally just write how I'm speaking, and that is just how that book is. And, like, of course, like, literally, like, why, like, because Tom Benjamin, he's, he knows so much about tarot, but, like, the way he talks, too, and, like, the videos, like, I know I'm not the only person that's just, like, yes, you know? But, like, literally, the book is also, like, just written, and, like, the way he speaks, and it's just, like, this is some good writing right here, you know? I love it when, like, you can just read a book, like, with that voice in mind, and it's just, I mean, that's literally how I write. I don't know if it actually comes across, but probably when my characters start going, that comes across, but yeah, I have an issue because my thoughts run a little bit too wild, which is when I start talking, blah, 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 you know. But yeah, this video was actually longer than this part of the day was longer than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, that was pretty much all I had to say for books. Was that I didn't really read any, so I don't really have a top 5, but I guess the Vertigo Tarot guidebook would be the top 1 because, gosh darn, I literally read that in one sitting. I really enjoyed it. I was like, oh my god, yes, now I need to pick up these cards and use them. I love it. So yeah, anyway, so day 5 is the card that stalked you in 2018, and I guess in a way this kind of actually has to do with me doing a voiceover anyway, so it's probably like a good idea, Des, like, doing something related to your stalker card without realizing it. I have no idea what that laugh was just there. Like, I felt like I was starting to go into a goofy thing. What? But yeah, so I didn't really have a stalker card until October. And I did 3 tarot challenges on Tumblr in October. And I think it was Tarot Proses. Yeah, it would have been Tarot Proses. For Ivan's challenge, Ivan's specifically had asked for the one prompt. I don't remember what day it was. But it was to do a reading asking, and it was like a spread. So it was kind of like based around like, to look at your stalker card. And, see, like, why it's stalking you, you know? And I was like, I don't have no stalker cards this year. And then I kind of did, though, have one card during, actually, that month, while I was doing that challenge, and the 2 other challenges. When I got the Mythic Tarot, one card was stalking me out of that one, and it wasn't with any other deck. It just, that card was coming through, like, a few times while I was using that deck, and it was the Queen of Wands. And then, just decks in general, I had a lot of wands following me. So, instead of just doing, like, a specific card, I asked about just the wands in general. I mean, the Queen only came up, I think, maybe 2-3 times, but, like, it felt more significant for it just, like, showing up again. And the King of Wands had also shown up, but just wands in general were just being like, wands, 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 you know. So with the spread and the prompt, you were allowed to ask about, like, a specific suit instead of just doing, just a single card. So I asked about the wands, and I was like, yo, why are the wands coming up? I mean, I think I already know, but I gotta do this spread because I'm doing a challenge. So why is it coming up? And I thought it was very funny. I used the Mythic Fairy Tarot, actually, and I think it was maybe only the 2nd or 3rd time me using that deck. And it was really obvious, the message. I literally drew, I think actually it was literally every single card out of that spread was a cup card. And I was like, literally the opposite element? What? You know? But, like, I was just like, GG. I'm asking about, why are the wands coming up? And then just all cups come up. I thought that was funny. But yeah, it was very much kind of centered on, needing to get back into more creative stuff, just like how it used to be, you know, like some 6 of Cups kind of going on. You just like, look back, Des, look back to all of that fun where you would just write a bunch. So much fan fiction and your own stories as well, because mostly I wrote my own stories until my friend was like, you should write fan fiction. And even then, I was writing my own stuff still. Look back to that time, Des. Look back into the writing and the drawing and the epic creativity that used to literally be the way that you would describe yourself. Look back, Des. Like, relive the childhoodness of it. And not even childhood, literally just everything prior to freaking college years. Which I wasn't 18 then, so I guess it is before I'm in adult years. But yeah, like, literally, it was like, go back into that, and I can't remember freaking anything, so I completely forgot about, like, that spread, until literally the prompt came, literally until this day prompt came up, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I did a reading back in October about my stalker card / suit, because literally the following month in November, which was a shitty month for me, like, November was freaking terrible, but one thing that was consistent, and at least good, was I had a flood of creativity when it came to writing. Like, literally, like, I still need to write more. I still haven't written anything since November. I didn't write anything during December, because I was just drawing a shit ton. And was just really excited for my new sketchbooks. But yeah, like, I ended up writing, like, 5 chapters. I wasn't even, like, participating in, like, what is it? Nano? Or is it I can't freaking remember. Yeah, it'd be Nano. Nano. That's the National Novel Writing Month, you know, that whole thing, the Nano. Like, I wasn't even participating in that, but, like, I literally, why is my freaking, I'm getting all sinusy, why is this happening? I don't understand. But yeah, like, I wasn't even participating in that, but I did write a lot, like, and when I mean, like, 5 chapters, all but the first one was, the, introduction, it was the prologue, but the other chapters were literally, like, actual novel chapter lengths, because, gosh darn it, I was on a roll. And I literally planned out almost every single chapter. I mean, in general, it's pretty much planned out. I just don't have it, like, specifically planned out for, like, the middle chapters. But I know basically what happens. And, like, I got all that planned out, and I wrote a bunch, and it was just freaking creativity. Because, like, when I think of wands, first thing that really pops up for me when I think of just the wand suit in general is just creativity and passion, So it's like, all this creativity and passion. So much passion. When I get passionate about something, I get passionate about it. I get obsessed. And I know that's probably mostly because of the ADHD, but, like, yeah, I get obsessed when I get passionate about something. Like, it consumes me. That's why in December I was like, no, I just want to draw. Like, no more writing, just let me draw. And then, like, in January right now, I'm trying to give it a nice blend. I'm trying to draw every day if I can, and I haven't been working on Withered just because I want to write it as a fan fiction, but then I also want to have, like, my own, like, world that it takes place in, too, because, gosh darn it, I love Charlotte, she's so cute, she can't just be in a fan fiction. That's always the issue that I have with, like, where I come up with a fan fiction idea nowadays. I'll be like, oh, man, this sounds like a great fan fiction, but then at the same time, I'm like, no, but I just want to share it with the world, in, like, a non-fan fiction way, too. That's always the struggle. But yeah, like, so now I just gotta finish up. I have, like, an idea of how the world building, and because there's certain limits in the world that the fan fiction takes place in, when it comes to magic, which that and Dragon Age are literally the only 2 ones that, like, I know that, like, limit magic like that, where it's like, magic bad, don't do it kind of thing. So, I had to come up with, like, an idea of, like, why there wouldn't be, at least not be as much magic, and I think I've gotten it pretty much planned out, just like that world building, which also works into the villain's backstory, and it's even, like, the, I don't really want to call him her love interest, because it's not romantic. He has romantic feelings for her, but she is Aro. She is Aro, like, she is aromantic. She does not feel romantic attraction, so instead it becomes, like, a queer platonic relationship, but, like, so it's love interest, but not in the sense that most people think of when someone goes love interest, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am, like, rambling now. But yeah, those were the 4th and 5th days. Since I'm recording this without putting the video together just yet, I don't know, like, how much of the drawn of this, the speed drawn is getting put into this. But if anything, if speeding it up to this time would be way too freaking fast, then I will at least use part of the rest of the footage for one of the other days. I mean, day 8, literally, I'm just talking about decks that I want, so I'm just gonna be sitting there talking, so who knows, maybe I'll be finishing this up, at least, I mean, I already finished it, but or maybe I'll be drawing with the camera over my shoulder, because that's something that I kind of want to do, but yeah, like, literally. What else am I going to show? Literally, it's your top 5 decks on your wish list, which I don't even keep a wish list anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I literally thought this video was going to be, like, 10 minutes, but, of course, I'm a rambler. I can't really help it. But at least I had fun filming this. I mean, I keep freaking laughing at myself. Like, honestly, I'm, like, questioning, Des, are you anywhere tired? Because this is how you act when you're tired, and I'm pretty sure I'm not tired. It's only 8:11 p.m., and I did actually get a good night's sleep last night, unlike the previous 2 nights, so I don't know, I'm not really tired, but I'm acting like it. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That was day 4 and 5 of Ethony's, 31 Days of Tarot. Why am I laughing so much now? I don't know. I don't understand myself. But yeah, that was day 4 and 5 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot challenge for 2018. And I am Des from Aro-Tarot, and I'm going to log off now and try to not laugh so much and put this dang video together. So, yeah. Anyway, bye.